So I saw you and your wife were talking about your real estate investments and what you guys do in the real estate game.
Yep.
So kind of shed some light on that, because the real estate world right now is crazy. Everything's super high.
Yeah. So we've been in New York City for the last 13 years. I grew up in Syracuse, upstate New York. Then I went to New York City. And then we just, right before the pandemic, we moved down to Atlanta. The label was down there.
Cost of
living was...
Quality of life.
Everything. You know, I was just like, I'm out. I couldn't do another New York winter, bro. I was just... My triple fat goose had seen enough.
Yeah.
So we went down there and we bought our first property, and then we just the agent we connected, Jay Rich, he knows all of Atlanta, and he ends up being a friend and a fan and all that. So he's just been kind of steering us, and we started investing in this neighborhood that's just going crazy. And so this past week we picked up our fourth property.
Wow.
In 2 years. We were on tour, and I had to stop off at a notary and sign. And it's funny, man, because that same day I had a friend pop out. He's from Syracuse. He lives in Orlando. He popped out, Ox, and he was like, "Yo, when you gonna pop out with something? You know, when you gonna pull something out? Let your nuts hang. You know what I'm saying? Get a chain, get a car." I was like,
"Nah, get another property.
I'm buying real estate."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, all right." You know, and it's funny. I was like, "Dang, I really don't be pulling out the flex. We just kind of investing in what the future looks like for us, because in my mind, this game of music is very similar to sports. It's like you can have a little window where you can go crazy, and then after that, people are like, what's new? What's next?
100%.
So it's dope that I've been able to continue to do what I do and have a fan base, and stuff still keeps growing. But I just kind of want to plan for if I ever want to not have to go on tour, or, you know what I'm saying, say yes to shows I don't want to show up
I mean,
at.
look, there's artists
like,
whose lifeline is literally touring, like it's without the live show, it's like that's what they depend on to pay their bills.
That's right. On some rap to pay the bill. Yeah, I don't want to be in that position, and I want to have kids eventually. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife, and we man, I just don't want to be running around like this. You know what I'm saying?
You think there's independent rappers, without saying names, but they tour all year long. Every year it's a tour. And it's they're dope, incredible artists, but it's fuck, 55 dates every year. It's crazy. Half of your life is on the road.
That's right. That's right.
It's I couldn't imagine doing that too long.
Yeah, it just depends on what you value, you know what I'm saying? So for me, time is the biggest thing. So if I can invest in real estate, our game plan is to basically have enough properties that generate passive income for us, that anything music related is just gravy.
Extra.
And so it's the lifestyle's paid for. We got time back. We can do what we want. And I think that's going to be the next phase. Is
you're just having tenants, or you doing the Airbnb thing, or
so we did Airbnb for a little bit, and then the pandemic hit. So then it was
I know I was at
nobody.
I was at an Airbnb in Atlanta for sure for a week.
Really?
Yeah, in January. It was cold as shit.
Yeah, we had the Airbnb running, and it started to pick up. It was going great, and then the pandemic hit. And nobody was traveling, so then we had to turn it into long form rental or whatever. And so that's been the game plan, man. Just like rentals right now, because the mortgage is paid, it cash flows. So that's, for those watching, cash flow is anything over
what your cost is.
What your cost is, and so the goal for us is just have that.
And right now the interest rate is killer, right? So
very, very good interest rate.
So it helps with your cash flow, because your payment's going to be less.
Yeah, absolutely.